Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to your HIMediaTV news update. And from ABC News by Bruce Mikowski, thousands of Philadelphia workers are back in the office full-time after judge rejects lawsuit. Thousands of Philadelphia employees are back in their offices full-time after a judge rejected a union's request to block Mayor Sherrell Parker's requirement that they return. Council 47 of the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees has sued the city, claiming the mandate violates its contract and would harm city workers. The union, which represents 6,000 administrative and supervisory employees, has also filed an unfair practices complaint with the Pennsylvania Labor and Relations Board, which is still pending. A two-day hearing held last week on the lawsuit concludes that when the judge ruled Friday night, the city could impose the mandate, so workers had to return the office on Monday. Parker announced the mandate in May, saying she wanted to create a more visible and accessible government. The decision ended the city's virtual work policy put in place in 2021, essentially returns employees scheduling to what it was before the coronavirus pandemic. Around 80% of the city's 26,000 employees have been working fully on site since last year, while the rest had worked on site 31 to 75 hours per pay period. Parker said the former mayor, Jim Kenney, had left hybrid work decisions up to department heads. The union sharply criticized the decision when it announced, saying it was unilaterally imposed instead of going through collective bargaining. It believes the policy will worsen the worker shortage the city has suffered since the pandemic. So, here's the thing. I'm a developer. My entire job is done digitally and can't be done effectively in a remote setting. And so I generally am against, pushes to full-time in office. I will say, there is a part of me that does think that, yes, public workers should be, working in public buildings, doing the public good, but at the same time, though, that is not the case. 80% of the people are back in the office. That means, I'm fairly certain that if 20 of those percent of those people are working hybrid, that means that they are not so public facing that it's a thing. I think ultimately the push to get everybody back in here is just some weird boomer shit with the obsession of control, which is gross and I hate it and I don't like it. And unfortunately, we don't necessarily I only want union victories, but obviously this isn't going to work. It sucks, but there's really not much you can do. Business leaders, of course, love it because they love the idea of having their little worker bees in their glass boxes so they can watch them and feel superior. But what can you do? Ultimately, I think this is bad for that last 20% of workers. I think this is going to lead to people finding jobs in the private sector. I think this is going to make, again, like the article says, make it more difficult for the city to have more public works workers available to them. And unfortunately, sidestepping the union this way sets a bad precedent, a really bad precedent going forward. It's deeply concerning and frustrating. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at himedia.gg/discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at himedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.